Here's what I wish I knew about postpartum weight loss. It's not just about losing weight, it's about finding yourself in a body you barely recognize. And for me, that has been the hardest part.
Dreams with no chill. Laughter echoes down the hall. Love's the biggest, never small. Morning starts with coffee.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Maternal Memoirs. Hi, I'm Rochelle, and today we're talking about the real raw struggles of postpartum weight loss. Postpartum weight loss is a struggle no one warns you about. I want to share my journey as an exclusively overproducing breastfeeding mom recovering from a C-section and dealing with the infamous FUPA. And yes, we're going there. If you're in the same boat, I hope this video makes you feel seen and reminds you that you are not alone. First off, let's talk about breastfeeding. There's this myth that breastfeeding makes the weight just falls right off. And while it does burn calories, it's like running a mini marathon every single day. You're also starving, and I'm talking about eating a whole pizza and still be hungry kind of starving. Your body is working overtime to produce milk, and that hunger can make weight loss feel impossible. And here's the kicker. Some of us actually hold on to weight while breastfeeding. It's like your body's saying, we need those extra pounds to keep this milk flowing. So mamas, if you're breastfeeding and not losing weight, you're not doing anything wrong. Your body is just doing what it needs to for you and your baby. Now, let's talk about the infamous FUPA. We all know what that is. And for those of you who do not know what a FUPA is a fat upper pubic area that gains that extra pound that is hanging, that looks like you have like a second stomach. You get a FUPA from gaining weight, or if you're a C-section tummy mummy like I am, you can get a FUPA from that. Let me just make this clear. I've always known what a FUPA is, but I never thought in a million years that I would be Googling how to get rid of my FUPA after having my son. Listen, for me, it's been one of the hardest areas to embrace because no matter how much I work out, it still feels like it's just there. And that's because it is. And if you're a C-section tummy mummy like I am, it's even trickier to get rid of a FUPA, especially because your C-section scar creates a shelf and the swelling, it's real. Some days I look down and I think, is this forever? Am I going to look like this? Will I ever lose this FUPA? And honestly, I'm starting to accept, but I do not accept that maybe it is. And I refuse to accept that. But I'm accepting it. I am contradicting right now. Because at this point of my postpartum weight loss, what am I doing? But anyways, I'm learning to see it as a reminder of this beautiful life I brought into the world. And that's my son. I just love him so much. But on a serious note, it's the winter. And summer bodies are built in the winter. So y'all know your girl got to get to step in it. It's either shape up or shape out at this point. And I ain't gonna lie, this FUPA has to go. It has to go, okay? Ladies, speaking of C-sections, let's be real for a few. Recovering from major surgery while caring for a newborn is no joke. My son is almost a year old, and it was a real struggle for me as a first-time mom, as a new mom who just went through this. Is it traumatic? It wasn't traumatic, but who went through this major surgery and still have to care for a baby herself and making sure everything is on point. That's extremely hard. That's literally no joke. You're trying to heal and you're also expected to bounce right back. For weeks, I couldn't sit up without wincing, And the idea of working out, forget about it. As much as I pushed myself to do things, my husband was like, get your butt back into bed, stop doing things, and let me take care of what needs to be taken care of. One of the hardest things for me as a C-section mom was being down, because I don't know what it's like being down. I'm always on the go. I'm always moving. I'm always doing something. So when I had my C-section, that didn't stop me from wanting to do things. But my husband has been a huge support, and he was the constant reminder that I needed to take it easy because I had just had a baby and I had just came out of surgery. And even now, months later, sometimes I still feel like my core is weak. There's this disconnect, like my body isn't mine anymore, and it's frustrating. I look at myself and sometimes I feel lost, sometimes I feel sad, sometimes I feel a little bit out of it, and it can be emotional, not only physically, but also mentally. I've cried looking at my closet because none of my pre baby clothes can fit. I've cried because I feel like I'm not doing enough, even though I'm doing every single thing. And these are some of the things no one has ever warned you about after having a baby. It's how much your hormones have changed, how much yourself have changed, how much your mindset changed. And it's just so overwhelming. It can be a lot to take in all at once. This right here is my all-time favorite one, the pressure to bounce back. Let's talk about it. So we're going to address the elephant in the room here for a second. The pressure to bounce back, everywhere you look, there's influencers flaunting flat stomach weeks after giving birth. And while as moms we can be happy for them, that's just not our reality. And until we can acknowledge that and accept that, we're going to feel better within ourselves. Personally, for me, postpartum weight loss isn't about bouncing back. It's about finding a new balance, nourishing my body, healing from the inside out, learning to appreciate all the changes my body have gone through, and most importantly, making sure that my body is right for my baby and myself. As a C-section mom after I just given birth, some days I feel strong and other days I feel defeated. And honestly, moms, there's no need to feel the pressure to bounce back right away. You do what you have to when the time is right. You do what you have to make sure that every part of you is strong, every part of you is okay. Because if you're not okay, your baby is not okay. Your spouse is not okay. Your significant other is not okay. And if you're a single mom, if you're not okay, nothing is going to be 100% right. And you need to be okay for everything to flow well and for everything to be just right. So here's everything that has helped me out so far. I am blessed and grateful, and I do not take that for granted 1 second. I am blessed to have the husband that I have because he has been a huge help. He has been my rock, my backbone, my foundation to everything that I've ever wanted and needed, especially in the time of giving birth to our son and having a C-section. Outside of that, what have I done to take care of myself as a C-section tummy mummy? And here's what's worked for me. I listen to my body. If I'm hungry, I eat. If I'm tired, I rest. Gentle movement, and right now, that means walking and light stretching. Nothing crazy, nothing too over the top. Meal prepping. As a chef, I love to create healthy, satisfying meals that fuel me while I'm breastfeeding. I take every single day with stride and grace. I remind myself daily that this part of my journey is just for a season and not for a long time. Not only that, weight loss will come in time. But right now, I'm focused on being the best mom that I can be, and that starts with being extremely kind to myself. And I say this to say this, mamas, stop being hard on yourself. You're doing an excellent job caring for yourself, your baby, and your family. So pat yourself on the shoulder and give yourself a round of applause because you are one hell of a woman. So, to wrap this up, postpartum weight loss isn't just a physical journey, it's emotional, mental, and everything in between. To all the moms out there struggling with their bodies right now, you are not alone. You are more than your weight. You are strong. You are beautiful. You are worthy just as you are. If you're in this season, let's talk about it in the comments. What has been the hardest part for you? And if you found something that helped, share it because we're all in this together. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and hit that notification bell for more real, raw conversations about motherhood. And until next time, take care of yourself because you deserve it. Bye.
My little